So, Larry, what was the reason for you coming over here?
Alex Marr bribed me.
This could be a long take, this.
No, actually, Alex contacted me. You know, he looked at Gabriella's, my daughter's, profile and asked if we'd be interested. I learned more about the program through him. I checked it out online, and I just thought it'd be a great growing experience for my daughter, not just from a soccer standpoint, but just from just an overall learning standpoint, a cultural standpoint. I thought it would really provide her some growth and self-confidence.
Oh, perfect. What were some of your expectations coming into Macclesfield then? What was you expecting?
I really didn't know what to expect, to be quite honest with you. You know, obviously looking at it online, I knew that it was going to be pretty intensive, right? But it depends on what your perspective is. You know, from my daughter's perspective, I thought it was going to be a great training experience for her. From a parent's perspective, a little bit different, right? I didn't know how she was going to react. You know?
Yeah, of course.
So initially, she was hesitant to come over here because she didn't know anybody, right? And not having done a residency program before, you know, there was just a lot of uncertainty on her part. So she said, hey, I'll try it for 2 weeks. And then after being here 3 days, she said, no, I'll try it for a month.
Oh, brilliant.
I want to be here for a month. And then after that, 2 days later, she said, no, I'm here for the full 6 weeks.
Wow.
So you can see, you know, from her perspective, it was just a tremendous experience. You know, she learned a lot. She gained a lot of friends. You know, she bonded pretty instantly with her roommate and the other girls in the group and the guys as well. So.
Oh, amazing. So I think that was partly the reason why I know Ellis signed up just originally the 2 weeks, but because she's fitting into the group so easily and became friends with people so easily as well. So I think that was partly the reason why she wanted to extend to the month and then obviously stay for the full 6 weeks.
Well, no question, right?
Yeah.
Because she made fast friends with everybody.
Yeah.
So they were all in it together.
Yeah, definitely.
You know? But I also think that she realized that from a technical standpoint, from a soccer standpoint, that it was a great opportunity for her to really improve.
Perfect. You mentioned earlier about the parents' kind of perspective on the parents' experience. What's been your experience being a parent over here as well? So I know Ella's been with the coaches and she's been learning and developing, but also being a parent over here and coming to support her. What's it been like for you?
I think it's been great. You know, I didn't anticipate being here a full 6 weeks. It just kind of worked out that way. But I'm glad I did, because I can really see her improvement and development on the pitch, right? So, especially when it comes to playing in the games, you know, she's actually putting what she's learning technically to use in a game situation.
Yeah. Oh, really good. Have you got sort of like a favourite moment watching Ella, or a favourite moment for yourself from being the parent over the last 6 weeks? I know we've done quite a lot of stadium tours and taking in the culture of Britain.
Well, see, I think that's the other thing too, is that I didn't have a sense from a cultural standpoint exactly all the activities that the kids were going to do, right? So going to Liverpool and Man City and Wembley, and I think, you know, that helps broaden sort of their horizons, right? And lightens things up a little bit, so it's just not, you know, 100% soccer the whole way. So for me, that was good too, because I got to experience some of that too.
Yeah, of course.
You know, and you know, as a parent, just seeing again your child grow as a person,
yeah,
I think is what's really fulfilling. You know, of course, I like going to the Cavern Club. That was pretty cool.
Yes. Yeah, that was also very, very cool. Like I say, yeah, when we go there, we go into Liverpool or Man City or into London, obviously the players, parents, staff, they go and have a couple hours throughout the city. So for the tourist attractions in those cities, it's also great for the players and everyone to go and see, kind of experience what those cities are and take in the culture.
Yeah, you know, and the other thing too is I'm a history person, and I think I have a real appreciation for history, and of course, you know, there's a ton of it around here.
Yeah.
Right. And so, you know, I took in some of those separately, you know, for my daughter while she was I didn't go to every practice, but, you know, some practices I stayed back, and, you know, I was fortunate that I was able to work remotely, so that was really helpful too.
Yeah, perfect. I think it's been good for Ella, you know, to experience it with you as well. But majority of players that have come here, they've also come on their own as well. So you mentioned earlier about what a great learning experience it has been for Ella in terms of kind of growing up as well by living on your own and living with teammates. Majority of players have done that as well. So I think a good part of the program is when players come over here for 2 weeks, 4 weeks, or for the full 6 weeks, they usually go home a kind of a different person, you know?
Well, I look at it this way, you know, from a person who was really hesitant to come over here
Yeah,
and really kind of afraid to do it. She wants to spend her first semester of her senior year here training, almost as an exchange student to get more training, you know, more playing time than what she would get in the States. And, you know, and she's built friendships here, right?
Yeah.
So, and then, you know, the fact that she wants to come back next summer and maybe go to university is huge strides, you know, for her in terms of her self-esteem and self-confidence. So
yeah, brilliant. What do you think of the university when we took you up there, up at UCLan?
I liked it. You know, what we saw of it, it's not a huge university, so it wasn't overwhelming.
Yeah.
You know, we've done other college visits and looked at other college programs. You know, we've had invitations and so forth. But it felt comfortable.
Yeah.
The programs that the lecturers kind of walked us through, for me, were really interesting. I know they were interesting for Ella too. What she ultimately is going to do, I can't predict at this point, but I liked it. You know, it seemed like just a really good opportunity. You know,
Perfect. And yeah, I just think quickly from myself and all the coaches as well, Larry, I think Ella's been a great role model for the whole 6 weeks that she's been here. You know, to start on 2 weeks and then come and end with the full program. I'm hoping that you can see, by now, us as coaches have seen the development from week 1 all the way to week 6 and the development that she has had. Yeah, she's been an absolute pleasure, and I think you've obviously formed a relationship with the coaches and everything as well. So I think it's been great having you both here for the full 6 weeks.
yeah,
It's
I
going
hope
to
I
be.
wasn't too annoying.
No, you can never be too annoyed, my friend.
You know, that's the other thing I want to say too is that the coaches you guys are amazing. So I think just from a support standpoint, patient standpoint, obviously the technical is there, right?
Mm-hmm.
But just the way that you handle or deal with the kids, I think is something that you don't often see. And obviously from a technical standpoint, you're not going to get this kind of experience in the States. You're just not. And so that's all been really impressive to me.
Okay, perfect. Well, thank you for your time, Larry. It's been a pleasure, my friend.
Sure.
And I hope one day we see each other again.
Maybe in the fall,
Maybe in the fall. Perfect.
which is like in 2 weeks.
Yeah, I'll see you in 2 weeks.